We have this opportunity to admit that we are powerless and our lives are unmanageable. This opportunity to say that there's a power greater than us who can restore us to sanity. And we could sum that up another way. We could say it this way: weakness is a reality. Humility is a choice. Weakness is a reality. Humility is a choice. See, since I've been looking at this ministry and reading the book and studying the 12 steps a little bit more, it's changed my view of things a little bit. And one of the biggest things that's kind of God's put on my heart and my mind is about who needs this, right? Who needs this recovery ministry? And the more I've thought about it, the more I've realized that He's actually given me something in my life to identify who needs this. And it's actually a very simple thing that I can use every single day to help me identify who needs to recognize that weakness is a reality, but humility is a choice. And I brought it with me. I'd like to show it to you. This is what helps me know who needs this ministry. Because as I've studied these steps and I've looked at them and I've reflected back on my life and my story, yeah, I might not have had the 12 steps guiding me specifically in those words. But this is the same process that God has brought me through. When my dad was diagnosed with ALS and frontal lobe dementia, yeah, man, I had to admit that I was powerless and my life was completely unmanageable and out of my control. He was going to have to come in and with His power to restore me. And the addiction that I developed to cope with my dad's illness, yeah, I had to admit that I was powerless. My life was unmanageable. That He could restore me to sanity. And when my dad finally died, and there was the weird combination of grief and relief, if you've been there with a long-term illness, I had to admit my life was unmanageable. I was powerless. And when I was trying to figure out how to be a husband and father, and man, sometimes there were days that wasn't going too well. I had to admit I was powerless. My life had become unmanageable. And still to this day, this morning, goodness, I lost it on my son. Lost my temper again. And I had to admit to myself, man, I'm powerless. My life is unmanageable. I need God. I can't, He can. Weakness is a reality. Humility and recognizing that weakness in our lives, that is the choice we have before us every single day.